farm friends. I am here today actually at Banner Butter with Jonathan Russell, and he is a man of everything here, similar to what I do at Butch's. And they have generously allowed me to come into their actual churn room to do the interview for our Georgia producer here. So Jonathan, tell us something about Banner Butter. How long has it been in business? How did you get into it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you so much for coming in and helping people learn more about what real cultured butter is and what butter I think can be. So Banner Butter has been around for about 12 years now. Started off very small in our co-founder's kitchen in Decatur, Georgia, and we've grown since then. Kind of really starting off just going to farmers markets and getting such a great response, not just from the public, but from chefs who knew that what really good butter should be tasting like, and the fact that we take the time to culture it for up to 18 hours, that's where all that flavor comes from. And people who got our product and got that in front of them, compared it to what else was on the market, knew kind of instantly the difference. So
say something about cultured butter, because that's something that people don't really understand, that there is a difference. There's sort of the butter you buy over the counter at the grocery store, but then cultured butter has an additional step to it.
Absolutely. And so what is commonly called sweet cream butter out there is what probably 95% of the butters that you purchase at home are. And all that means, it's a very fancy marketing term, that means we brought the cream in and we churned it. We did nothing else to it. We find that we get more flavor and more deep, rich creaminess to the butter if we culture it. So what we do is we bring it into this room, we put it into these large fermentation tanks, and we add good bacteria. Now what the good bacteria does is it's going to start eating the lactose. So one, that helps out a few different ways. First, it's going to make this a product that most people who have lactose intolerance can eat. The other thing is it's going to make this product even creamier, richer, and right out of the fridge. So you know that common problem where you're spreading butter on bread and it rips apart? You're not really going to have that with us because it's so creamy. The third thing is that the byproduct of that is diacetyl. Now, you may not have heard of diacetyl, but you know diacetyl because every one of us has been in a movie theater and we get that big box of popcorn and we put it under, and that stream that they put on is just man-made diacetyl. It's a buttery flavor.
That's why we love it, y'all. That's why we love it.
And so what we found out, or what, not we, but what human beings found out is you get that by going through the natural fermentation process. Helps out with storage. It will last longer, but it gives it that deep, rich flavor. We don't have to add anything except the cultures, which do the work for us. So then we take it out, we pump it into our churn, and we small batch churn it. That's also a big difference between what we do. Most people, they do the sweet cream butter, and then they just continuously churn it. So they are pumping out loads and loads of butter. Right. And so what we're doing is we're putting in here, and because we do that, we can, on a minuscule scale, control the amount of water there. So they do great by getting 80 to 82% butter fat, where with this, we can get anywhere from 83 to 87% butter fat. That rich, high butter fat percentage means all the flavor, whatever we're producing, unsalted, sea salt. Today we're doing a honey habanero for our spring seasonal.
That sounds amazing.
It's a great way to start the morning. We're going to pick up some biscuits from one of our local vendors today, slather it on.
See, I'm thinking we raise pigs, and so I'm thinking put that on some pork chops while they're on the grill.
Absolutely.
Get out of town. I mean,
that would be
awesome.
perfect. Yeah. Put the pork chops on that biscuit.
Oh,
full circle. Yeah.
Well, then you got the whole package, right?
Yeah.
Well, and I think that what you're talking about the flavor was what was important for me as we were looking for a butter provider for Butch's. Is I wanted something Georgia produced, but I wanted high quality because there's a lot of mediocre butter out there.
Of course.
That does fine for everyday use, but when I want even if I have baked fresh bread and I pull it out of the oven, and I know you're supposed to wait, but I can't help it. I want it warm out of the oven. I've taken my time to make that good bread. I want a high quality, full flavor butter to spread on and enjoy. And that can be my dinner. It's so good. Well, talk to us a little bit about how you source your milk. Where does it come from? What do those cows eat? All the places that you get your cream from?
Sure. So it's interesting because we make a cultured product. most dairy farms in America only produce a certain way for kind of those larger companies to produce that, what you said was mediocre butter, right? And that's ultra high filtered, ultra high pasteurized. In doing that, you take out all the things that we need for the culture to work. So we have to find smaller producers, and we get those. We start off. We've got a great partner in Working Cow Farms in Slocum, Alabama. They produce really great dairy products in general. So we get their cream in. We also use a farm up in Pennsylvania called Reykjavik. Make great cream. And we use a collective that's kind of in the mid-Atlantic called Prairie Farms. All of them were looking for cream that isn't those things that I just described, but also is 40 to 42% butter fat. That high butter fat allows us to bring it in, and it has high sugar content, the lactose, and the cultures really love that. So we're always looking for new providers, but we're also fighting ice cream makers and schools and everyone else. So it's a little bit of a game that we get to play, but the people that we get to meet in the farmers who are producing really beautiful product, we get to talk to them and bring that in here and then produce something with what they're making us.
Well, and you're really, for me, that is part of our food system that should be important to everybody, is not only where's the store that I'm buying it, but where's the factory that's producing it, and then where are they sourcing their ingredients. And so, people will buy butter at Butch's. It has been produced here in Atlanta, and then you're supporting small farmers all up and down the East Coast. And so you've got American cream going into an American product sold in an American store, which is important for a lot of folks to know sort of the line of their food.
Absolutely.
And where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me something about the flavors. What flavors?
Sure.
You've got the honey habanero. Y'all make new ones all the time. So
we do.
Tell us some about your flavors and what your favorite ones are.
Oh, our baseline is the unsalted,
Right.
and people use that for baking. I tend to go away from that. I'm going to call it a myth. I think you can bake with sea salt butter.
Oh, I do all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hardly ever buy unsalted butter.
To me, especially when you're having a good product. So we use both fine sea salts, kind of build that base layer of saltiness, and then coarse to kind of give it a little pop and some texture to it.
I like that.
Yeah. So we do that. We have probably our best seller is our roasted garlic, basil, and parsley.
I am so excited about that one. Y'all, if you are not finishing your steaks, because we carry beef too from Georgia farmers, Hall County farmers, if you're not finishing your steak, for me, I like it. I do like grilled steak, but I like to cook it in an iron skillet, a cast iron skillet. And to baste it with a good butter like that, to me, it's the best.
It's the best.
Yeah.
And we've made your seafood very easy for you.
Oh my gosh, I hadn't thought about that.
But all the vegetables. If I'm roasting a nice carrot and I want to finish it off, got there Brussels sprouts, anything. It really goes for anything.
Roasting Brussels sprouts. Oh, even with this one, the honey habanero. I'm getting all kinds of ideas, everyone. This is amazing.
We do a cinnamon cardamom ginger, so a little bit on the sweeter side, but for breakfast, anything. Waffles, pancakes.
Sweet potatoes. That would be amazing on a sweet potato.
The other thing that people don't think about a lot, but if you're pan roasting a little bit of salmon and make a glaze out of that cinnamon cardamom ginger, really goes well with nice oily fish.
Salmon takes that sweetness so well, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
We do smoked sea salt, so I have hickory smoked sea salt with a little bit of black pepper and onion. It's really beautiful again on vegetables, but I think, some people say it has a little bit of smoked salmon flavor because of that smoked sea salt.
Right, that makes sense.
So I think actually on a bagel, making a little lox with that is a great way to go. Yeah.
Instead of your everything bagel seasoning, a little bit of that. Little schmear. Yeah.
Yeah, I spent, that's where I started my career, was up in New York in the restaurants there.
Oh, really?
And then come down here.
Well, we're glad you came down here.
Yeah, me too. And then we do seasonal flavors. So right now we're working on a spring seasonal, which is the honey habanero. During the summer months, we're going to do a lemon chive. We use real lemon oil with that, and it's just bright and fresh.
Oh, especially on fish.
Fish, on potatoes, it's great.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah. And then we move into fall, which is my personal favorite, probably, of all the seasonals, which is a balsamic fig caramelized onion.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, to say that one again.
Balsamic fig caramelized onion. Now, for me, coming from my background, sometimes people think I'm a little snooty. I tend to not think
Yes.
that, but like a nice charcuterie board with like a pork pate or a duck
Yes.
rillette, something like that with that on there. So any cheese or charcuterie board, in my opinion, I think deserves some of our butter on there,
I
just
think
so you
so.
get out there.
Well, and that, again, the quality of the butter, it makes a huge difference. I mean, to have that on the board, even to complement some of the meats and the vegetables you have on there and the olives, that kind of butter
Brings
just
it all
oh
together.
my gosh, it really does.
Yeah.
It does. Well, Jonathan, thank you so much for
Hey, thank
having us.
you.
Anything else you want our shoppers to know about?
Well, what I'd love you to know is one, that this is a product that's made by real people. This is not a button that gets pressed in a factory and just goes through. In the other room, there are about 22 people who really put their heart and soul into this, and that isn't just here in this place, but as you already described, from the farmers that we're getting our supplies from. And I believe and I hope that that's being transmitted to the people who are buying it from you guys. That this is a man-made product made by hand with a lot of love put into it.
And I have to tell you, I'm picky about packaging, and your packaging is beautiful.
thank you.
The graphic designs is wonderful, and I know the product is awesome. So y'all come by the store, see us. We will be carrying Banner butter from here on out, and we'll swap out for different flavors during the seasons as they have it. And I can't wait to take some home myself. It is a selfish endeavor for me to carry this butter because I wanted it for myself. So y'all come by Butch's, see us, pick up some butter and some other stuff, and we can't wait for you to enjoy this Georgia product. See you later.